Hi there, I'm Dr. Mike Ashby from the Breakthrough Company. We help business owners and managers get the best from their businesses, their teams, and themselves. Terminating underperformers is like getting rid of D-class customers. Businesses grow through pruning because that's what allows their A-class to grow. We don't get distracted by underperforming customers and underperforming staff. That means we can grow our best staff, our best customers. We need to be aware that keeping the wrong person in the business is going to lower the self-esteem of the entire team. It's not actually doing them any favors, and it diminishes your credibility as leader. You lose the respect of the best people in your team because you don't deal effectively with the worst. They're trying to make best effort, and they look at you and say, you're putting up with bozo over there. You're putting up with that underperformance. That demotivates them. Now that person is taking a space that could be occupied by somebody far more suitable. It's not the people you fire who make you miserable, it's the ones you keep. So why do we hesitate about terminating people? Don't wait until the bottom falls out before you deal with these marginal and poor performers. In my experience, most poor performers were actually quite unhappy and were just waiting for me to say something. And it's your job as leader to name the reality. And that means you sometimes have to overcome the loyalty dilemma, the long-serving person who's gone off the boil. Well, look, when employees stop performing, they're not actually loyal to the company. You've got to remember that to crown the company king, the company comes first. If the company suffers, everyone's at risk. Good leaders subordinate tradition and sentimentality to the good of the team. They crown the company king. You owe more loyalty to the team members who are continuing to produce than to the people who used to produce. You've also got to confront and turn around or remove people who get their numbers but who violate core values. This is another tough one, the toxic performer. The people who make their numbers, make the contribution that you ask of them, but it's their behavior or their values that cause difficulties for everyone else. It is kind of tough, except again, in my experience and working with lots of other people, when we've lost one of these toxic performers, actually what we've found is that the rest of the team, in their absence, really step up. So what you don't know when you look at those numbers right now is what's the cost, what are the numbers you're not getting from the rest of the team because they're demotivated by having this toxic performer, we'll call them politely. So it's your job to confront that and to turn them around. You need to confront your fear of conflict, your fear of looking bad, your fear of that you're going to be in conflict with your identity as a nice person. You need to toughen up. You need to care enough about them as people to help them face the reality that they don't fit. And you want to make sure that you've got a robust policy for dealing with employment issues and you've got good legal advice. It's the conversation that you need to have with your legal team about how to do that. It's unpleasant, but you need to stick at it, particularly in the context of that development plan. Make sure that you are creating regular reviews and keeping file notes of their performance against the plan. Look, if they turn around, that's great. If they make a recovery, that's great. But document all the way along, because if there is any grievance or anything else like that, having those file notes makes a huge difference. What's the exercise out of this? Go and start the conversation with your most serious underperformer. Turn this off, do it now.